This is the How Is He Podcast, a deep dive into Carlow soccer with Podge and Papa, proudly sponsored by Curra Sports. Let's kick it off.
Welcome to episode 34, I was going to say 14, of the How Is He Podcast. 34, yeah. Your IQ, Pop.
Have you got your glasses on tonight, Podge?
I'm doing the intro, Pop.
Okay, sorry,
go ahead.
Questions.
Fucking hell.
Stumbling.
Joined as always by the man who listened to the co-host, Paul Papadowling, the one-liner king. This week we will look at the last round of fixtures and last round results and upcoming fixtures. We also have a Christmas giveaway, Papa, to announce. We'll do that at the end.
It's going to be good.
And we're also joined by a guest, a man who played with Greenburn, Castle Rangers, Town Celtic, Old Road Villa. Where were they based?
Moline Row.
In
Mansfield. Back at the pub.
Old Road Villa.
Remember the pitch, Eddie? I was talking to him the other day. Sorry, go ahead, Podge.
Oh, thanks, Paul. Let me get a chance. And the famous Walkerstown team, that will probably be the body of our discussion. As a player, he won 5 leagues with that Walkerstown team and an FAI Area Cup. He went into management where he was with Strefford, Newark and Castle Rangers, winning 3 Carlow Cups, 2 Premier Cups, 1 Shield, 1 FAI Area, 4-time league runner-up at Strefford. Papa knows a bit about that. On an individual level, he won the Manager of the Year in 2024, and he also won everything with Newark.
Yeah.
And he's also involved in that fantastic Newark team over the last 3 years. I think I gave it away, lads. Probably the most decorated coach / manager the Carlow League has ever seen. Maybe probably
the other running postman, but just
ahead of you, Bob.
What's that?
As in decorated.
He could be, yeah.
He won the Oscars as well.
25 years of me, of course he is.
Eddie Shaw. Eddie, how are you?
Fine, thanks very much, Podge. Thanks, Papa, for having me here this evening.
About time, Eddie.
Yeah,
it is about time. Go on, sorry, Eddie.
The best to last, like wine.
Well, it's not our last episode. Slow down.
It's last of the summer wine.
I'll tell you where the fascination lies. Myself and Papa had this discussion. The team comes up the whole time, Walkerstown, and that's where the fascination was. I wouldn't say it's a fascination, but it's something that I'd like to know more about, right? So that's what we're going to get. Right. So I don't want to hear about fucking Newark. I don't want to hear about fucking Strefford. Yeah. I'm only joking. So we'll get into that. But first, Pop, we'll go through results.
Yep.
Eddie, you had a great win. Another Dean Kelly Rocket.
Yeah, it was a great win. No, in fairness, we didn't sort of perform like normally we have been doing over the last couple of weeks. But look, it's nice to not play well and get a result. And it was super strike from Dean. You know, It was great. Like, you know,
it was some free kick because it was on the right hand side and he put it into the
Yeah, he said it. But no, in fairness as well, there was
must have wobbled there, did it?
There was a nice little breeze blowing as well, like, you know, in his favour. But look at breeze or no breeze, that man doesn't.
That's nuts.
He doesn't give a damn. He just.
One is it? That's a good free kick. That's about 5 this year, is it?
It is.
Yeah, I'd say that was 35 yards out. Definitely, was it?
Definitely.
It flew in, didn't it?
It flew in.
Some angle that he scored.
There was only about 15 seconds left in it.
Yeah,
and we couldn't really. And Gavin and myself were just there, and we just decided like. Right, penalty takers. Who've we got?
Go away.
Honestly,
just
actually, you would be thinking that.
It's extra time. It was last 15, and the two of us spoke to one another. We picked out our 5 penalty takers, and we got the free kick. And sort of James McGrath was over the ball, and I was sort of going mad with Gavin. I said, "What's the 2 boys doing over the ball? Like, get one of them in the box. Like, there's a minute left. One of them in the box. Let the other one float in. The next thing, bang,
rocket. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
He's a good lad, isn't he?
Friday night. Collection had a massive win against Parkville, 6-2. I didn't hear anything, or wasn't that a Papa hear anything about it?
No, I seen Eric Malay was the first time I seen him on the team sheet this year. Eric Malay scored twice, and then Steedy got one. A couple of Brazilians scored, but they were 2-0 up on the. Well, if that goes by the Connect, and then I got back to 2-2. I think it was 2-2 at half time.
I was at the Pats match, so I checked after about 20 minutes, and I think they were 2 up or in around that time.
Yeah.
I didn't see this. I just seen the end score then at the end. Like Eric Mallay's a very good soccer player. Very, very good soccer player, to be fair to him.
Fair play. It's a good room for collection, isn't it?
I tell you what, they're making out there a bit of a force or something.
They are, yeah.
Parkville are after struggling now in the last, aren't they?
I can't put my finger on it.
No, I mean, to start off well. They always do, and then obviously
they hit a lull,
yeah. And during the mid,
and come back over again.
You know, in fairness to them, they'll probably come back when the cup competitions kick.
There's so many players with massive attributes in that squad, like.
Even lads we have in there and
the Oscars, yeah,
are as good as anything that's in there. Like,
Jesus Christ,
yeah.
That's not bad. Jack O'Neill on the ball is brilliant. Young Hickey,
Sheridan's a good centre half.
And then Kyle McCann up top.
Yeah,
you know.
You'd wonder, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Which was not, it's not my problem anyway, thank God. Best of luck to them, because it's a massive club and you hate to see, obviously teams are going to get bet and all that crack, but I suppose if you look at tradition, you need Parkville at the top as well, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Because they're that size of a club.
It's a long time since they're at the top, watch.
Yeah, similar to Pats.
I know they won the Shield last year, but in regards to challenging for a league title, I don't know when the last time.
I don't know.
Did Cobbs mention it when he was here?
I think it was.
Or was it 2007 when he was over them?
No. I don't think Cobbs won with them. I think it was 02 or 03.
Yeah, it's a long time, isn't it?
Yeah. You had a tough one Friday night. Pop 2-0 against East Wall.
Dash. Look, rested a couple of players. Arrested Aaron thinking they were going to clear on Saturday, and then it was called off. Was raging.
Was that off?
That was off as a blanket call off because of the weather, the storm. So look, it was
vicious, the storm, wasn't it?
Good yeah.
Sorry.
Washing machine. Yeah, that's all. Look, give a few players a chance to get game time, and 2 early goals, and then sort of changed the shape. We couldn't get the hang of the 2 wingers were just coming in and going out, and a couple of lads couldn't get used to the shape, so we changed it at half time, got in at 2-0, and then we thought we scored a goal. It was perfectly okay when I brought on and Aaron and disallowed it for offside, but it was hard for the linesman or the referee to see the left foot was keeping on, and he just sort of looked across this way, sort of just these things happen, it's okay. But look, it would have been lovely to get another couple of games in the tournament. We're never going to win it, I'm realistic, I'm not an Egypt, but it would have been lovely, because I'll be honest, I know Pat's won and I know New York won, and if you get East Wall you'll be licking your lips.
Oh really?
I think honest to God, like they're 2 best players in the middle of the field. Even Cottle said to me after the game, he goes, your man was so brave. Cottle was up his arse trying to get the ball off him, like pressing him, and your man kept taking it, kept looking for the ball, and he wasn't really giving the ball away. He was good, but you get at them, Pod, you really would. And if I put this ready, if you played them again, you'd fancy it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Because you know what they're like.
Because you know what you like, and then you obviously start maybe a stronger team. But if you played them in the plots or on the grass pitch or something like that, it would have been nothing in it, really.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just one of them things. We give away a couple of sloppy goals, and then we were the better team for, I said, it goes to 50 minutes. Between the last 15 or 20 minutes of the first half and most of the second half. Scored a goal, great chance from, I think one of the Sannies had a good chance, kicked it wide. Goalie made a save, and then when we scored a goal that was disallowed, they were sort of involved in the, no, ref, he's onside, and 30 seconds later the ball's in the back of the net. So that happens. Do you know what I mean? There's just learning curve too.
It shouldn't.
No, but it shouldn't. No, but yeah.
We went up to Ballyoster playing Selbridge there on Friday night. We won 4-1. Battered them. Wouldn't say we played our greatest football in relation to combinations and things like that, or creating loads of chances, but
that's in Kildare, was it, Podge?
Yeah, they kind of played a bit of an arrogance there, as if you used the term before, the old tractor jockeys are up here, that kind of had that arrogance about them, even at 2-0 down. It was this, because the sideline were on the same side as their crowd. I hate that. Listen to them just talking garbage, you know, overcoached, overprepared, and we just went out and we just battled them, we just bet them.
Who got the goals?
Lord got 2. Toby got a great header, and then Jan scored at the end to make it 4-0, and then they went up and Jan gave away a penalty, but very, very comfortable. And look, I think the next round of that is after Christmas. Yeah. And I always say, any team I was ever with, I always say, if you're only OCA competitions after Christmas, you're going well. Yeah. So we'll take that.
You said in your last podcast, it's a long time since Pats are in it after Christmas, were you?
I got there once.
It's a great tournament involved in Eddie, ain't it?
Yeah, brilliant. They're brilliant. It's a different element, Eddie, isn't it?
It's different, and it's what do you call it? You're playing against completely different players. I know, like from different leagues and all that, and to see how people are set up and all that.
Yeah, I always found it that when you're going well in your domestic deal, like the way, like say, obviously Pats and New York are going well, challenging for the league title. It's a refresher. Yeah. And it's a great, you want to draw a big club when you're playing well. Yeah. I know you drew Gorey, you didn't get the result you wanted, but if you played them again, you'd love it again. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
You know, like Clamullion or one of the Wexford teams. Do you know what I mean? They're the games you want.
I just think it's a bit of the strange, a bit of the unknown. Like say if we're playing Newark or Hanover or whoever it is, and I'm going to train there tonight, we're preparing for you. We know what you're about. Yeah. When you're playing a team like Ballyoster or whoever it is, you're getting hearsay. Yeah. You're hearing about them.
Do you know what's ultra important, Posh? The first 5 minutes as a coach to say, right,
I have to have a look at this. Let me assess this.
First of all, I always say 2 fullbacks. Give yourself a yard. Don't go overlapping him for a second until you see how fast he is. The centre forward, like the midfielders a battle. Yeah. And can our strikers get in behind them pace wise? Yeah. And then you learn that. But the shape, what they play, what do they do, where do the fullbacks go? Yeah.
I looked at, it's funny you say that, because after I kind of suppose our argument was maybe that kind of drop off, like
just to see what they're like.
Yeah, and after 5 minutes I was there, why are we still dropping off? You just know the team is not good. You just know by their touch, by the pace of their pass, their angle of support. And I'm saying we can nick this here, we'll turn them over. And then we went pressing and went after them. We just changed the game. But look, overall, I love playing the outside competitions.
They're great, yeah.
Yeah, but like it's like what's great about them as well, especially if you as you're saying, if you draw a big team, you know, one of the big teams, and training that week leading up to it. There's an extra 10 or 15 or 20% in the lads, and you can see it. Like if you're playing North End, if you're playing some of the crowd from Dublin, all of a sudden, like, you know, hold on a minute, and then like you're in the last 32, you know, home draw last 32, like, you know.
Is that what you're in now?
Well, that's what you're saying.
I think that was the round of 32.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think last year we played. I was saying, I think we played 7 games to get to the semi-final, something like that. I really do.
That could have been our 4th.
Yeah, that was our 4th.
Well, that makes sense then. It'd be last 16, wouldn't it? So 2 more games. Then
2 more games to bring you to the
semis. Right. Pats had another great win on Saturday night to beat Ballymurphy in Division 1.
It's a great result, isn't it?
Davy Donovan scored. Seemingly, it was like playing the Hurricane. Seemingly, the conditions were absolutely horrendous. There was no football played. It was just an absolute war. That's the feedback I got. Big win for Vale away to Burn Celtic, 2-1. Got word then the other morning that Billy's walked away from Vale.
Billy's gone, I heard, yeah.
Best of luck to him and whatever he does next. In the Youths League on the same day, that's the Saturday, Phoenix 2, Burn Celtic 3, and then on the Sunday we had Newark 2, as we mentioned, Key Celtic 1, Phoenix 0, North End 1, and I heard Phoenix missed 2 great chances near the end.
Heard that,
and they gave them everything they wanted, but I heard it was a close game.
And I looked at the team. It was a very, very young Phoenix team as well.
Yeah, they're a young side.
We have a lot of experience in that North End team, so fair play to them. I don't think anybody was expecting that result, Patch. I expected North End to win, but not 1-0.
Yeah, I suppose.
No disrespected Phoenix, but
the longer you stay in them games as well, though, against them clubs, you know, like I remember went over a Pats team, and one of the Pats players, Ryan, said something that I never heard before in all the coaching course I ever done. Play the game in 5-minute windows. So keep it in 0 for 5 minutes, keep it in 0 for the next 5 minutes, then if you get your goal. And if you actually, when you go up against likes of North End and that's the way you approach games now.
Yeah.
Can you keep it on the same level?
Great way to think of it, isn't it?
It's brilliant, yeah. It'll open my eyes up now, to be fair to him. That's that. Eddie, as I said, welcome to the show. We're delighted to have you on.
Thanks, man.
For the show podcast and who you are. I do have some questions for you.
Yes.
And I, as I said, myself and Papa had a discussion. It is Walkerstown based, right?
Right.
So here's the 3 questions. How did it start?
Right.
How did you become successful? And how did it end?
Right.
Now, don't give me one word answers, Eddie. Right? You want to get at least 90 minutes out of it.
Quick
right?
one. How did it start? How it started. We were playing the Kilkenny League with Carlow Rangers. There was a Carlow Rangers A team and there was a Carlow Rangers B team. Right, we were the B team.
Okay.
90% of the Walkerstown team that went Walkerstown was Carlow Rangers B team. So, like, you can imagine the Carlow League kicked off in 1986.
That was the B team.
Yeah, Carlow Rangers B team.
Maldini was in the first team.
That's nuts, isn't it? How did you become?
Well, in fairness, like most of the A team would have been like P.J. O'Neill, Clock.
Okay.
You know, Patty Doug.
Yeah.
You know, Ben Dowling. All the you know, mostly the sort of Barrow Rovers type. Effect on it that way.
Yeah.
And what do you call it was, but sure, we were travelling on Sunday morning. You could be going to Pilltown, you could be going
East
to
End or wherever,
Kilmacow and all that, and we said go away, like, you know. So when the Carlow League kicked in, we decided, we had a meeting among ourselves and we said, look at what would we do. So there was an AGM down in the boat club for the Carlow Rangers, and we all went, and before the AGM started we said, lads, we're pulling out, we're going to join the Carlow League.
So there was
we had no one even no team to go.
Yeah.
We
no
just
pitch,
said,
no nothing.
So we just said, look, because with the travelling and all that, like back then, like you think about, all we had was cars. Like, you know what I mean? There was 2 or 3 lads might have a car.
Fit 10 lads in the car.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Back then.
Wouldn't sardines in a tin.
Yeah. So we said, look, what we do is that we said we'll see what could happen. So,
tell me, like, so you go to that AGM, and you know, is there any kind of pullback from the committee of the Carlow Rovers?
No. Carlow Rangers, exactly. That's what it is.
So
best of luck.
Was Carlow Rangers still existing with the other team? They were still going.
Kilkenny.
But Kilkenny, they went to Pats then.
That's right, yeah.
They all went to Pats.
Yeah.
So Carlow Rangers sort of finished them, like, you know.
And where did the name Walkerstown come from?
I tell you where, you wouldn't believe it. Nolly Deer. Feeks Terrace, right?
Man, yeah.
We had a meeting. Terrible saying these things, but we had a meeting in McShew's. Now I worked in the bar in McShew's.
Did you?
I was there. Yes, the first day it opened, I worked there for about 10 years. But look, it was a great pub. It was a great sports pub. But that's where we met. That's every game. Even when we were Sweeney, that's where we came in. Before we came in there, so we were there and we were contemplating what we named this, what we named, and Nolly Deer come up with like Walkers. Because Noel Walker runs the pub,
and the pub you're in,
and he said just Walkerstown, and we said okay, and that's exactly how the name came about, Walkerstown.
And did you attract any player? Like, how did you get players and things like that?
Well, I tell you what was right. John Hennessy lived in up in John Sweeney at the time, and Sweeney Rangers were kicking off. So we approached them and asked them, like, would there be any possibility that we could join with them, like, you know? And they said no problem. That was great.
And they took your name as well?
We took their name.
Okay.
Yeah, we took their name. So then John knew Martin Culleton through family and asked Martin.
That's right, yeah.
And Martin said, what do you call it? No problem. Martin came in then. And what Martin did then, we had the pitch up in John Sweeney, and then we had, what do you call it? He had a big training session, and with like the Sweeney lads that were there and the Carlow Rangers lads that were coming in. And he picked his panel of 16, 17, because at the time there was only 3 subs.
Sure, yeah.
2 subs. There was
3
only 2 subs.
Yeah.
Two
subs?
Yeah. You know.
Making a sub was unheard of, sure, wasn't it?
Unreal, like, you know. And that was it. And from then on, then it just kicked off from there. No, we went, first year, we started in 1987, was our first year in the Carlow League as Sweeney Rangers. And Martin Culleton, fairness, Martin Culleton changed us completely. From just being sort of ordinary lads playing football to
what, mentality wise?
Everything. The man was unbelievable.
System,
like,
shape,
like, do you remember? Do you remember Martin playing?
No.
Oh my God! Like, you know, like back when we were young. No, that's quite a long time ago. Like, but when we had nothing to do, like on a Saturday or Sunday, like you had Barrow Rovers playing over in Great Cullen.
Yeah.
You had Park Celtic playing up in the youth centre.
Yeah.
Like, we had nothing to do, so you go and look at these lads. Oh my God!
Oh, sure, that's all you done years ago.
Noel Salter. That's all we did. Noel Salter, like Ben Dowling, Rasher Farrell playing with Barrow Rovers. You know,
John Hanover.
Yeah. John's Lord Mercy. His father, Rasher. Like, it was just like, and then you went up to Park Celtic, and you had Noel Ray, Tony Sullivan.
The Rays are great, weren't they?
But Noel Ray, Tony Sullivan was unbelievable. Centre back. Christie's brother.
Yeah.
Referee. He wasn't referee, was he?
No. Tony was like, he was like Paddy as well.
That Tony lives up in Friarswood.
No, he'd be up in Idron.
Oh yeah,
yes, Tony,
yeah.
But like these, like that, we had nothing to do. Only go out and look. Like Martin was unbelievable. Martin got a terrible shoulder injury, and he had to give it up.
Was it frowned upon, Eddie? Like from a parochial place or GA place, was it frowned upon to go watch the soccer or go play the soccer? Like,
do you know? You talk about was it frowned upon? Well, I tell you a good one now. When you talk about that, I went to CBS school.
Yeah.
Right. And we started a soccer team in the CBS school, and the Christian brothers would not let us play Monday to Friday. We had to play all our games on a Saturday. They would not give us
representing the school
team.
Yes, no, because it was soccer.
But representing the school on the weekend.
All our games had to be on a Saturday. They would not give us time off school. Like the Gaelic or the hurlers, if they were playing Monday to Friday, they got Monday the afternoon off to go and play their matches. We had to play on a Saturday.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Now that was back. What was that now?
1930. What?
80. No, that was like 79, 80. I did me leaving cert in 81. So you're talking about
less than 50 years ago.
79, yeah. But we weren't allowed. We had to play in the youth centre on a Sunday morning or a Saturday or travel away.
When did that change?
Oh, I don't know, Pop.
I don't think it has changed.
It only changed. It only changed when sort of delay principals come into the school. Like, you know, you might have had
non-religious principals.
I played soccer for the school and we used to get time off. When I was in it from 91 to 96.
I went to school before or after Bought, you know, we didn't have a school team. We never had a school soccer team. It was only Gaelic or hurling.
Was it?
Yeah, never had a school soccer team.
And what's it?
Went to Tech there.
Yeah,
we never had a school soccer team. So that's grown massively. Even we had Brian here talking about the school soccer team. That's gone. School soccer,
it's crazy. Yeah,
but now they're getting off. It's unbelievable.
Like, they're out of class more than
they're unreal. My young lad plays soccer there with the Prez and Gaelic, and next thing they're like, what you do today? Oh, we had a match.
Yeah.
Soccer or Gaelic, and I said no, soccer. He's off. Like, you know, it's unreal to hear them saying.
That's mental. I never heard that in my life.
Yeah, honestly.
There was a band though.
Yeah. Like, where did you play for the CBA? Where was the matches?
In the youth centre.
In the youth centre, yeah.
Youth centre.
We used to play for the CBS up at the small pitch in the back corner of the hurling club.
I've seen soccer matches up there.
That's where we used to play for the CBS school.
Some soccer pitch.
Great pitch.
That's a lovely soccer pitch.
That's where we used to play for the CBS school, yeah.
That was some pitch.
Yeah.
The one and the little small one in St. Dimnus.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Oak's old one. Bowling Green, sure.
Oh my God.
Bowling Green, yeah.
Unreal.
When did you start? So you broke off then from Sweeney Rangers. When did you become Walkerstown then?
About we actually won the league. Our first league that we won was in 1989. Was with Sweeney Rangers.
Because I seen Sweeney Rangers. I looked at the roll winner today, and I seen them. They were the winners of the first one. Then Loughlin won the second one, and I was wondering, was there a connection?
Who won the second one?
Loughlin United.
All right.
Be Vale.
Yeah.
They won the second one. I was wondering, was there a connection between Sweeney and Walkerstown? Because I was thinking, there's no way them winners could have dropped off or have gone somewhere.
Yeah, no, that was then like the Sweeney sort of, you could see it wasn't sort of materialising or anything like that. Like, you know, it was just themselves. They beat the B team, and it wasn't doing anything about it. So same thing. We decided then to change. And that's where we decided.
And you brought the likes of John Hennessy, and that went with you.
No, John was with Sweeney anyway.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. He didn't stay with them. Like, he was happy to go.
Yeah, every one of us. The panel that we had for the A team and Sweeney automatically.
Why were you insisting on changing the name?
I don't know. It's just because like we couldn't really. We sort of a breakaway, so we couldn't actually keep Sweeney.
Right.
So we had to try, you know, something different, and that's where.
When you say it not materialising, just there was no clear progression.
No, like it's like, what do you call it? It's like, you know, when you have a B team and you might have one or two players on the B team that say, Jesus, he's not bad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But there was nothing there.
No progression.
Like, and we had only to bear 15. Now,
but that's all the squad was, didn't it?
Honestly, but we were blessed because we had 15, 16, but we had not one Gaelic player.
Go ahead.
Not one Gaelic player.
Really?
Not one.
There you are. No.
When we started off first, there wasn't one Gaelic player on our team.
Did that change?
No, it didn't really. I'd say when Pat Timmins came in. Now, I don't know if Pat was playing a bit, like, but there was no one. Like, if I'm going to name lads later on, and by naming these lads, you'll know these lads didn't play Gaelic.
Go ahead.
You know.
Yeah.
And that was it. But that was the beauty of it. Like, you know.
But training must have been a bit of crack then. There's always 10 or 11 lads there.
Yeah, but like, it was great because training. Martin had us. We were down in the college. And you know where the Astro pitch is in the college?
Yeah.
Where ours was lengthways.
Yeah, I remember that pitch.
Right.
Yeah.
But the only lights we had was the road lights.
That's right, yeah.
That's the only lights we had was on the road. We had nothing else.
Wouldn't cover
not a
matchbox.
And you could have 12 lads training. So
Hanover played there before they got the Platts.
But during the summer.
Pop.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah. At that top pitch.
And what do you call it? Town Celtic played where the rugby pitch is.
Yeah. Remember that was right. The pitch as well. Yeah.
And what do you call it? And Strefford played
across the Gar pitch.
No, Strefford. Yes, down where the Gar pitch is round there.
Yeah.
Strefford played there.
Yeah, I remember that pitch as well. Yeah.
But we were just. But like when the sort
people
of
used to talk out under the archway, saying when you drive in the college there.
Yeah, between the school and the college. Yeah.
We talked out. You know where John Corn and all them private houses are there. That's where we talked out.
Out through the ditch.
Walk through the ditch.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You know. But it was just like, what do you call it, was but when the winter came, we had a youth centre.
Yeah.
Indoor soccer. No substitute for Eddie.
Well, I tell you, but I'm telling you this, what it was. But ask any of the lads, they'll tell you this. Tuesday night and Thursday night, we did a bit of ball work, like, not, you know, but then when the match kicked in, it was Great Cullen versus Carlow.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh my God. I swear to God, like, Murder ball, they call it, but this was murder ball. It was Greg versus Carlo, and Martin was the manager. Was Greg?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was going to say some Greg.
You had Goose Scully. You know, you had Dick Shea. You had then there was Pat was there as well. Stevie Morn was there, and then we had the Carlo lads.
He was a right back, wasn't he?
Stevie was.
What was the reaction though? That I love that.
Yeah,
the indoor soccer. And you have Greg versus Carlo. Like, was it known it was Greg versus?
Yes.
How do you become the decision? Let's do Greg versus fucking Carlo here.
That's what we did. Exactly. You know the way. In fairness, do you know the way? Like when it starts out first, or when you're training, and then all of a sudden, like right, pick two teams, and then we were saying like who's going to play with who, and just one of us says, "I tell you what we'll do." We'll do for Greg versus Carlo, because it was sort of 50-50.
Yeah.
And next thing,
that's competitive.
Races the boys. That'll do grand. And it was. I'm telling you,
I'd say they were close. Were they?
Like, you know, and the banter was brilliant. You know, like, I mean, if Greg won one night, we'd make sure we'd have to win the next night. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
The funny thing I find about that indoor soccer thing and the small sided, like, everything now was based on small sided games. So when you're playing indoor soccer back in the day, like, you're actually light years ahead of anyone else, because that's what everyone's going back to now. Small sided games.
100%, yeah.
But what do you call it as well? And the strange thing about it is the indoor soccer back then. We used to play the way the carols. Do you remember the indoor soccer tournaments that used to be up and down?
I heard about them. I have heard about them.
I'm telling you, lads. Like,
I heard they were different grave, you know.
Oh, we went to them, but like you have to. We used to leave my own house in Hanover, my mother's, 6:30 to get up there and you're right in front of the barrier.
What? Yeah, to watch it.
Yeah. Podge,
10 deep at the barrier.
I'm telling you, it was like you had teams from Dublin coming down.
Go ahead.
Yes, you had teams from Dublin. Noel Ray, Knocky used to ref
Tony Noctor, yeah.
Tony Noctor. But like, do you know the beauty of it? Like the barrier, that's how high the ball could go.
Yeah.
That's all. So when we were playing,
that was always the rule there, wasn't it?
Well, it was always the rule. But that's what I'm saying. But when we were playing as well, we kept the ball as low as we can, and then that drifted into the game. Then on a Sunday, straight into the game, ball in the ground, bang.
Yeah.
But Martin was brilliant. He had us like.
What shape did you play? 4-4.
We did not know anything. I'm telling you now. If even like,
did Martin?
No, Martin
who did.
But like we always say, I always say, and James Brady will tell you, James is the exact same. James would always say as well. Like when James and myself took over New Walk back, and Sean Kelly, like we always said 4-4-2. I didn't know any coaching. I didn't know anything about like any coaching at all. But I always said, if you have two good wingers and two good centre forwards, that's all you need.
Why?
Because because the two centre forwards that we had back then was just
goal machines.
Just goal machines. That was it. You know.
How do you look past the supply to them though?
Like, well, what do you call it was the midfield. It's strange. The team that we had back then was just like some of the players that I played with should never have been playing in Carlow. I reckon if the players that I played with, if 3 or 4 of them had to have
proper coaching,
a good coach. Now Martin Cullen was a brilliant manager, but if we had to have a coach that could do what you two do, what Gavin does, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, them lads, they wouldn't be here now. You'd be talking about them lads.
Yeah.
And I'd be familiar with them in regards of, I know a lot of them personally. They're big men.
Oh.
Like they're not, you know, if it's a little small timid midfielder, no.
Oh.
A small midfielder, like Pat Timmins is a big man.
Yeah.
Like if he hits you know he's hit you.
Yeah.
Like John Hennessy.
John Hennessy, huge big man.
And John Cleary,
6
foot.
foot.
Yeah. You know,
Stevie Moore was a killer right forward.
Yeah. We had like the smallest and the 3 smallest lads.
Who's in the goal, Eddie?
We had 4 goalkeepers. No,
Gaga.
We had 4 goalkeepers from
day one till you finish there.
Joe Broderick.
Oh, it's in Ryland. Yeah.
Was the Carlow goalkeeper. Joe was our first goalkeeper and we won the league with Sweeney. Desi Ryan. From Greg,
yeah.
Who's doing the chimneys?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Desi broke his leg playing and sort of never.
So you have one goalkeeper and then Joe stopped.
So
you went looking for one.
Yeah, and I think Joe went to play with Carlow then.
Yeah.
Joe stopped and he was Gaelic, like, you know, that
he's more orientated with Gaelic.
And then Desi came and Desi broke his leg and then we got Chops.
Yeah.
Chops from goalkeeper.
Chops was, you know,
bees knees.
Like we sort of, you know, the way we sort of went up
Yeah, stepped up level.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and then like Chops sort of, then come the end, and no disrespect to Gaga, but then we got Gaga,
which was hard to get anybody.
Yeah.
No disrespect to anybody.
That's
Chops
what I'm
is
saying, no
exceptional.
disrespect.
Everyone's done grabbing Chops.
Yeah.
What?
Every goalkeeper's done grabbing Chops.
Yeah.
And that's like, that was, but like the size of Chops, as you said.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, like
gentleman though as well, right?
Oh,
gent.
Oh, Jez is a great time for that man.
Yeah. But like, but we had like, there was like Kevin Ray, small. Oh my God.
Dynamite.
He'd go through a wall for you.
When did that, like, it's stuff a legend.
Oh, that is
like, I remember hearing about Walkerstown when I was like 11, 12, 13.
Yeah.
Oh, my uncle played for Walkerstown, or I had a cousin who played for Walkerstown. I used to go to all the Walkerstown games. Mrs. Ray used to give me lollipop.
Yeah, Mrs. Hennessy.
Or Mrs. Hennessy,
John's
sorry.
mother.
Yeah.
Religiously every Sunday on the sideline. And like, it's little bits like that. Martin Timmins, Paul's father, Lord of Mercy, every game. I remember saying to someone years ago, you know,
there must have been thousands at Walkerstown games.
Yeah.
Like, what are the crowds?
Blackjack's father does that patch at Hanover games.
Yeah.
Comes up with a pocket full of sweets.
Go ahead.
Every single game he comes over to me, like if we're playing at home, he comes up to the matches and he'd have a pop.
Would he still go to the games even though Blackjack's not playing?
100%.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Blackjack would have to ring him some mornings. Blackjack be in our WhatsApp group and he'd ring him if he wants to go to, if we're playing Ballymurphy away or some further step in the county. Yeah. If the match is called off for some reason, you have to ring John Kavanagh to say the match is called off, because if he gets into the car,
he's gone.
He won't answer the phone while he's driving.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So I didn't know the match is off, but he turns up every pocket of sweets.
But
yeah,
you talk about
brilliant.
It used to be good crowds. Look, in fairness, even like whoever we were playing used to bring, you know, a nice crowd. But Eugene Nolan, the Rabbit, we call
the Rabbit, yeah.
Rabbit used to go around every home game with a hat.
Few bob.
Every home game.
For the club or
for the club? No, just for ourselves. Like, you know, there was only ourselves. Like, there was no Walkerstown B team. You know what I mean? There was no. It was just Walkerstown. That was it.
But tell me this: what's the club structure like, Ed? Like, they have a chairman, secretary, treasurer.
Well, we had, but it was all the players.
So it was all internal.
Like,
Richard O'Shea, Dick, yeah, secretary. You know what I mean? There was chairman, treasurer. Like, but we all chipped in together. Every one of us. Like, you know.
How did you find, this sounds like a stupid question, right? But how did you find the success, or when did you know that, geez, this is some group?
Yeah.
But like
I know you would have signed these players, and you're like, they're brilliant, but to become a success is a different story.
It was like after we won in 89 and we sort of changed to Walkerstown, then we got, you always hear like Christy Sullivan, Lord of Mercy, wants to join you. David Dooley,
go ahead,
coming. Larry Ryan, Lord of Mercy, wants to join you. You know, you're hearing these lads, and all of a sudden these lads came. But sure, like the likes of Christy, Davy, Larry, they all improved this even more than what we were.
Did you go after them?
No. Like in fairness, you probably we might have heard like that. You know, Christy was
no mobile phones. I suppose,
there wasn't. That's what I'm saying. And
no
you
WhatsApp groups.
No, and the other thing, Podge, is that you said it in episode 3 or 4. You organise a session there with your group, a bonding session.
Yeah.
And you're 23 or 4 lads in a group, you might get 10 lads down.
Yeah.
If you organise something like that, 15 lads are there.
Yeah.
And it's nearly like, Eddie, it's like 15 brothers, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it was. Like, as you said, like a bonding we had a bonding session every Sunday.
Were you all drinkers?
Eddie never drank.
I never drank.
Never drank?
No. I did the night we won, the first night we won the league in 1989. I told the boys, I told everyone if we won the league, I'd have a few.
Why did you then?
1989.
You don't have to tell me. Tell me off.
He had a couple of bottles of Woody's Orange out the back of Scraggs one night. He sang Battle of Hell.
Yeah. That's when
he did. We won a cup with Stratford. He sang Battle of Hell. He was drinking Woody's Orange and Woody's Pink.
So you weren't anti-alcohol, you were just...
No, I just didn't like it. But I always said if
it wasn't for you.
It wasn't for me. Just behind the bar. But every game, 95% of the players came down to match you.
Yeah, but Eddie, in defence of you didn't have to drink.
No.
Like I said, he got up and he sang Battle of Hell one night, and like, I think he had only 2 bottles. Like, he could have been drunk after them, but sure, that's lads don't really drink. That happens, but if Eddie, he goes to work functions and all that, Eddie be there from the start with me. He'd have to come pick me up, bring me home, but he's there for 5 or 6 hours with me.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking Chinese by the end of the night. You know what I mean?
Speaking Chinese and dancing salsa, baby. That's what Papa does. What was I going to say to you? Jeez, the thought Papa dancing salsa now was in mind.
Hey.
So you Would you have been working in goal at this stage?
No, Rainbow Records.
Rainbow Records. My sincere apologies.
That's blasphemy.
I do apologise. Chris is outside with
don't edit that, please, Chris. Thank you. Don't edit that.
What do you call it was? Yeah, but do you know the strange? That's a lot of the players that we got.
This is the point I'm making.
Through Rainbow Records.
This is the point I'm making. So you on Rainbow Records there, right? This is going to sound stupid.
No. I know
he's in the heart and soul of everything, isn't he?
But that is yesterday's social media network.
Yeah.
Like,
it is, yeah.
Paddy Carroll used to always say to me, he'd say, Eddie, if everyone came into the shop and bought something,
I'd be millionaires.
That talk to you about football, I'd be living in Bahamas.
I used to hit him didn't he, Eddie? Every lunchtime. He used to go over to Eddie, works in Lifestyle. I'd be going to Scraggs for me dinner and walk up by Eddie and see what's...
Scraggs do food?
Scraggs did food, yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
But what happens with, like, for example, there was two chaps came to live in Carlow. Their father was a preacher in, one of the churches there across the road from the county council offices.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Methodist
church.
Yeah. Now their father, it was from Northern Ireland. He was, and he got transferred to Carlow. And their two boys was Armour and Carlos McFarland.
Armour's played a fucking ball.
Right. And what do you call it?
Sick.
He was
Argentinian, was he? Yeah.
The mother was Argentinian, but the father was from the north.
Yeah.
But he got transferred to Carlow. Same thing happened. Started talking to some of the probably people that went to church there, wanted to know about playing soccer. Going to see Eddie in Rainbow Records.
Yeah, man, works in Records.
Yeah, and because he's into soccer and all of it. And next thing, all of a sudden, was two boys come down train, but Armour was.
Who was that with now?
With Walkerstown.
There was a Walkerstown as well.
These were Walkerstown. Yeah.
I played against Armour for Burn Celtic.
Yeah.
He moved to Ballin, did he?
He's living in Ballin.
Living in Ballin, yeah. Great player.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And it was just...
brother was a centre half, was he, Eddie?
Yeah, Carlos. He wasn't as
good as Armour, though.
Armour was just...
Women used to love Armour. Remember he walked into Scraggs and he went, like, he's lovely, isn't he? Hey, back off, Susan. Relax there now.
But he was...
but as you said...
Get out.
That was the...
Nice fella. That was your networking, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But that's what when the little bit of work I've done with you with the Oscar trainers over the last couple of weeks, I can see that in you, that you don't need it to be a social thing, that your networking skills is probably why players go and buy into you and would want to play for you. Not because you're promising to someone the stars, but because you have them interpersonal skills that people can relate to. You know what I mean? Like, it's a special old gift as well, Eddie.
But it's retail business.
Yeah.
If you're working with people weekend, day in, day out, that's how you get it. Like, it is. Like, when you're working for so long, dealing with customers, you get the knack of it. You know what I mean? And it's great. Like, it's great.
I used to get it from Lifestyle, worked in Lifestyle. Kick a lad on a Sunday, sell a pair of boots on a Monday.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
But
Eddie used to come in and get the jerseys. Eddie used to buy. Remember the time, Eddie? Yeah. Eddie used to pre-order the Man United jersey when it came out every single year, and he'd have it first thing in the morning. But he'd come down and pay for the. Man, he used to buy, Eddie. About seven. I
used to buy for.
Go on, say Alan.
No, yeah. Alan.
Alan, yes, Alan. You
Alan's 27 tomorrow.
Yeah. Is that 27?
Or 40.
40, I'm the 27.
Yeah, 27.
He's 27 and the 40. What month does he live in?
But it was...
the 40th of November.
I used to buy them for, Seamus Lowry's two young lads, Aaron and Jordan, and Alan and Maul. But I used to always buy two for myself.
Same jersey?
Yeah, but I used to keep one in a plastic bag.
Sure, you were a massive, and all we're going off topic, sure.
And what do you call it?
Remember you lived in the terrace?
Yeah.
And you had the
crestlands.
Yeah, but you had the crest on the front of the... So we used to have, there used to be rumours going around that his back garden was the same setup as Old Trafford.
No, but the garage
we were young lads.
The garage.
Oh no, you used to be able to see into the garage. You had it open the odd time.
Yeah. And do you know who the garage was painted? Like the inside.
Who done that? Yeah,
Armour and Carlos McFarland.
Go ahead.
Two boys done that. That's who done that.
He's like Louis Walsh over here, isn't he?
But that was and like all of that just built into how Walkerstown, how we got players and all that.
Yeah.
But like you said, Patch, that's yesterday's network.
It's yesterday's social media. I know social media isn't the right word, but you get me, don't you? It's the networking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the connections.
It is.
It's dying though,
but there was nothing else.
Yeah, but it's dying.
You'd say after the match, Patch, if you're going to go 3 minutes, the match is over, win, lose or draw. Right, lads, Scraggs at 4 o'clock. If you were an hour late and lads moved on, where the fuck are they?
Yeah.
You can't find them. You have to just go walk around pub to pub like a loner.
Yeah. But it's like I was talking to one of my friends there a while ago, and we were talking about time I probably said this already, but calling for a friend, like knocking on.
Yeah.
Say if I was calling for Maguire or whatever, knocking on the door.
Yeah. That doesn't happen anymore. Yeah. Sitting in the car outside, message gone in.
Outside.
Yeah. Mother and father going, he's crying, or didn't he come in?
Actually, someone came to collect me to go to a match there a few weeks ago, and I was held up because I was waiting for a plumber to come in. I know we're going off topic, and the guy that was collecting me was outside, and he said outside, and I said, come up here for a minute, call up to me there for a minute. Wouldn't come up. Just on a call. No, you're not, you little bastard. Come up. Do you know, it's gone, like, isn't it? It's gone.
But that's like, but that's the way that I was blessed. We were blessed that way. You know, that was our network then, like, you know, and it was great.
Was the competition tough, Eddie?
Back then, teams wise, it was. Like, I mean,
the Pats have a team.
Pats had a team. No, Pats were playing in Kilkenny at the time. Collection had a good team. Collection ran us 1 year. I think the year was at 94.
Eugene O'Rourke and all the boys.
94. I think Collection beat us.
Cookie, isn't he?
Collection beat us down in the college. They beat us 2-1, and I think they went 6 points clear. And we were like everyone. We were third or fourth, and everyone was saying like that was it. And I think there could have been 5 games left, and we won the next 5, and they didn't win any.
And you won the league?
No, they dropped. They lost and they drew, and we ended up winning.
Did you not win any? Was there no Carlow Cups?
Never. Do you know what, Podge? I don't know what the answer to that is. Honestly,
it was just league basis only.
Home and away.
It was actually FAI area and Carlow and the league.
But like the FAI area back then was just for Carlow, and then it's not like the FAI Junior Cup now. So you qualified from. There was only one team from Carlow qualified to play in the FAI.
You've seen the video on YouTube.
The league winners.
No, it's a tournament.
There was an FAI tournament.
In the area. Remember Pat Tim was talking about. Have you seen the video on YouTube? Remember I was telling you about it a few weeks ago.
Moon Celtic.
Yeah, have you seen that video?
God, yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Pop?
No.
Walkerstown versus Moon Celtic.
Moon Celtic, the only trophy they ever won.
Yeah. They do like a build up to it where they're training the night before and they're introducing all their players and like like man's recording on the spud. But it has a little bit of footage of the game. And who's in the main part of the footage? Only the Bowsy gives away the free kick to scored off, and then went on penalty. He had about 3 lads around who was going to kill the 3. It's a great little video.
The mullet,
yeah. It's a great little video.
That's what I'm saying. But that was the only trophy. Like you're talking about red hot favourites. I mean, red hot. Like, but no, we played. In the 1994. We won the league, but we were playing the semi-final of the Carlow Cup. We got to the semi-final of the Carlow Cup in 1994. We drew Collection B. In the semi-final, up in John Sweeney was the semi-final, and Peppy Dowling and myself. Ger. We went to Manchester. We had already booked Manchester. We went over to see United play Coventry. United were league champions.
Yeah.
Myself and Peppy were going to the match, and Larry Ryan, said Lord Mercy and Pro Larry, was living in John Sweeney at the time.
That's right.
And we told Kathleen. I said to Kathleen, the wife, I said, what do you call it? Is I ring you at 12:15.
Half time.
Yeah.
Right. So, because the United match wasn't until 3 or 4 that afternoon. So I rang Kathleen, answered the phone. She 3-0. I says, Pep, we're in the final of the Carlow Cup. No, you're losing 3-0.
Collection B.
7-0 the base. 7-0.
So you never won a Carlow Cup?
Never won the Carlow Cup. 7-0 the base. When she said 3-0, I says, yeah, we're in the Carlow Cup final. I don't know, like, to this day, I do not know what happened to us when it came to Premier Cups or Carlow Cups.
That's mad, isn't it?
Was it because your target was massive?
Our target was to sort of win every game.
No, but the target you were wearing for other teams coming to play.
Oh yeah, it was, yeah.
Like every game you probably played was
off to them. It was
their mecca.
Yeah, it was their mecca. Like these lads are after winning 2 in a row. They're after winning 3. Like when we got to 2 in a row, like it was never heard of in the Carlow League.
What's this?
And then all of a sudden 3 in a row. Hold on a minute. What's this?
Slow down. Yeah.
And then 4 in a row. You know, it was.
And you never went for the 5.
No. You see, like I know Pat was on there in one of your earlier broadcasts, but like the strange thing about it is, I wrote a piece. The Carlow League brought out a 25th anniversary book there.
That's right.
And I wrote the sort of piece for Walkerstown on it, and I was explaining as well that like Martin was moving away from it. He wanted a break, and he was thinking about, I think at the time he was thinking about building a house or doing something, but he just wanted a break from it at the time. And then we had Christy and we had Larry, who were in the army, so they were going on duty.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, then we couldn't get anyone to manage them. So what do you call it was then, and then we couldn't do it from the inside because, for example, like I said, no, there's no way because
we asked to do it.
No, but like we all said no because like I'm not going to pick myself and all of a sudden you know the usual, and then like sort of that's exactly how it finished.
There was no follow on.
We had a photograph. There's the team photograph down in the college in 1995, and we were wearing the blue and white jerseys, and the FEI Junior Cup is there, and the Premier League is there, and that was our last photograph. That was the very last, and we all just after that then like
it's crazy.
It's mad. It's mad.
Just like, so quickly.
Yeah, so quickly. Like
so successful.
I remember John O'Shea from Critty Yard was going to join us. Dick's brother.
John this morning.
Yeah, John, and he was going to join. He was coming that summer. And all of a sudden,
gas man,
bang, gone.
But why, like, when you say you couldn't get anyone to fill
Martin's boots?
Yeah, like, is that because there wasn't a pool there to pick?
There wasn't, like, you know what I mean? Like back then, like you're 30 years ago. You know,
do you think if you got a manager, you would have got players in to replace Christie and Larry for a few months even?
Yeah, we probably. But like the strange thing about it is there was no one really out there like that was willing to do it. Like there
was no juvenile soccer this time.
No,
right?
There was nothing. Like there was no juvenile or nothing.
That's probably really the downfall of it as well.
But it's the downfall coming through. Yeah, exactly. Like I mean, we had only the one team, and that was it. Like, and another thing as well. Like we were all. 95% of us were all over our 30s back then, like
yeah,
like it was, we were all like 31, 32, 33, 34, like
but you clearly had all these had a fair hunger to still play though.
We did, like because
none of you wanted to take it as a manager. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like in fairness, like as you said, we had 15 brothers. If one of us had to take the manager, we would have probably split. Okay. You know what I mean? It would have been like you
needed an outside man.
Exactly. And it's just and then we finished on a high. It would have been like what I'm saying is that, for example, if we had to get someone and then all of a sudden we had to struggle, we would have said, oh jeez, like we should have went when we went to it.
Was there any structure like as in Division 1, Division 2, or was it just, I know you would have been probably Division 1. There was no Premier, right?
It was Premier.
Premier.
Yeah.
So was there a Division 1, Division 2, Division 3? Was there divisions lower?
There was Division 1, 2, 3 I think it was, yeah.
Like so say
I think there was 3 divisions. Premier first and second.
Yeah. So you'd see now a lot of clubs that happens to they'd always say, look, we'll go reset. Let's go down the divisions and we'll just reset.
Yeah, I know what again.
Like there was no inkling for that or anything. Nothing.
No, but some of the lads went to. So I think some of the lads went to play with Pats.
Yeah.
After.
So I think Pats won a couple of leagues after that, did they?
Like I mean, I think Timmy went to play with Pats. Sully and Larry were gone on duty. Like
they went to Stretford.
John Hennessy played with Stretford for a bit. Like. It was unfortunate. It was like for a team, for what we done, it was a sort of a terrible way to end.
Yeah,
tragic really. It was tragic end because there was nothing none of us could do about it. Like there was nothing none of us could do.
How many teams was there in the town then, Ed? Say even including, obviously you had Pats.
Right, you had Pats, you had us, you had Killian's, you had Town Celtic, who were Division 1 were they at the time. Castle Rangers were there.
Were they?
Castle Rangers were there a while actually.
Go away.
Yeah. Castle Rangers played in the Premier League for a good couple of years.
Yeah, Castle formed in 86.
Yeah. They were there.
So you had the same amount of teams that's there now, like.
Yeah, exactly. Like So
anyone that you prospectively might have wanted to sign is how like, well, I want to beat you. I don't want to
left. Yeah, but it's like exactly. But then you have players then that you wanted to sign probably turn around saying, "Try won't get a game there."
Yeah,
all I want to do is play soccer. Now back then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Back then, like you're talking about 30 years ago.
Yeah,
30 years ago, you're asking a player to come and play for a team that's after winning 4 in a row, and you turn around and saying, "Oh, I won't get a game."
It'd be like, but it's
not
like
going to stand in the sideline.
Exactly, yeah.
But say if you compare it to today, if you talk about players, right? For us to try and go sign, say, a Cottle, like, no way. Do you know what I mean? You'd want to have some serious offer. Like, a couple of things, because he's loyal to you, because he's only ever played for Hanover. Like, back 30 years ago, did it take much persuasion to get lads to go play for you? Or was it just like, I should have no loyalty to them? Because things were kind of only starting, right?
Yeah. But like as I said earlier on, with the likes of Sully and Larry and all that, like, I mean, really, they were brilliant. And when we heard that they were wanted to come, yes, straight away. But there was no one else. Like, we didn't hear of anyone else. The only other one that really was excellent that came to us was Kevin Marr. Kevin that played with Parsford. Kevin Marr was one box-to-box player.
Referee as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was an unbelievable.
You want to be on your game to get the better of Kevin.
Kevin was... I'm talking about
he was a hard opponent to play against.
Yeah. And Kevin came to us for a couple of years. Like,
strong.
Everything, But like, as I said to you, every player that we got lifted us.
Tell me this, where do you finish in the league now?
I'd say we give some teams
where do you finish?
Where will we finish?
Do you win it?
Where?
That Walkerstown team are dropped in like little lad in Google Maps.
If we dropped in now, with a coach,
yeah,
I don't think anyone will stop us.
Go where?
No.
Leinster?
We got 1995.
I'm gonna be murdering you, walk 10 tonight over it.
1995 we got to the last 16 of the Leinster Junior Cup.
Oh, go where?
Yeah, we beat Neilstown and we beat Wayside Celtic on the way to it.
Neilstown's Tala, is it?
Yeah, they're Dublin. Yeah, Dublin, both Dublin. And they were big back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we beat them on the way. We finished it. We got the last 16 of it.
Who bet you in it?
I don't know. No, I forget. I can't. But we knocked out Newbridge. Newbridge
would be a massive club
back then.
Newbridge Town, Station Road, Newbridge. Yeah. Big club.
Yeah. We played them on the. We played them on the
railway line, isn't it?
Yeah, beautiful pitch.
We played them up in the. What do you call it? The college. But the pitch was going lengthways, not
road to road.
Yeah, where it is now. I remember that we beat them. It was unbelievable. Like,
that was a fair job. I'd say you played a lot of games to get the last 16 of that.
But we were delighted. So we're on the bus travelling.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, Europe.
We went up to play. We went to play Trim Celtic years ago. This is no word of a lie. We got up there about an hour and a half before the kick-off. So, Jesus said, what we do? Like, an hour and a half before kick-off was, we didn't know. We went out, did warm up, like, stretch, do this, do that, kick the ball to one another. But anyway, we went in, boys went to the pub and we got a cup of tea sandwich. So anyway, we got to this pitch, Trim Celtic's pitch anyway. And next thing, these lads were out running around with their tracksuits and all, and we were going,
proper.
Jesus Christ, Next thing, they went into the dressing room, we went in, tugged out, then they came in with a completely different gear on them. We were going, oh Jesus.
To do the warm-up?
No, to start the match.
Oh, right, okay.
We bet them 6-0.
Yeah.
It was just like, they actually, boys just knocked soccer out of them. But it was just, with the banter that we had on the buses, it was great, like,
Who, what's the score if you're playing the Walk now this Sunday?
If we were playing the Walk this Sunday?
Yeah. Current the Walk side.
Oh God, Kevin Dunn will kill me.
Sure, look.
No, I do you know what? It would be lovely to see. I'd love to see.
I probably shouldn't have asked.
No,
ask them questions. They're great questions.
It would have been brilliant to see. What do you call it? Dotsy and Skinner up against Paul Timmins and Chrissy Sullivan.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And you'd
Stevie Moore and John Hennessy, like up against King Cleary and Luke Ramsbaum.
Yeah.
And then you have, what do you call it? You'd have Armour on one wing up against Dickey. You think about it, you have Larry Ryan then up against, what do you call it? Dylan. And then the midfielder, Kevin Ray and Goose Scully up against James McGrath and Jordan and Dean. I
didn't realise Goose is as good. Goose Scully.
Goose is a good player.
Goose is like, what do you call it? The chap that used to play with Chelsea, Makelele.
Oh yeah.
Just breaks up everything. Goose was just...
So Makelele was playing the Goose role, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so he was actually called Makelele Goose.
Makelele Scully.
Yeah, but it was just... but that was it, But put them lads in against one another, can you?
I'll tell you what, obviously in your Walk team is coached.
Oh...
and the Walkerstown team wasn't.
But
I'll tell you one thing,
sorry, go on.
That's a physical Walkerstown team.
Yeah. But
you're getting hit there,
But you can't really coach physicality.
No.
What I really love about junior soccer, right? What I really fucking love is 90% of the game is balanced off the second ball.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what shape you're playing, what style you're playing, what system you're playing. If you can't win the flick on from a kick out, or the bounce from a tackle, or a half ball that comes your way, you won't win the game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I really like about it. And I've been involved in the League of Ireland, but for me in junior soccer, you really have to earn the fucking ball to go and play. I think that's the beauty about it. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's a massive standpoint for the Newark team that's there now.
Yeah.
They're lovely footballers, no doubt about it, but to really earn the ball, like
the right to be there.
The right to be there.
Yeah. Like saying, Gavin is brilliant with him. Like he's geez, like I didn't know anything. In fairness, like even seeing you and the Oscars and Papa as well, like the drills you do this. Like we did nothing like that. We did not a thing like that.
Do you really think it would have helped?
Oh, definitely. But it was like
from where though?
Like from where? What you're talking about? Like when I said to you, we only played 4-4-2, and then you're asking me how would you do this? How would you do that? Like if we played a 4-3-1-2 or something like that. You know, the way you play, or play a holding midfielder and number 6 and stay at number 6. Like we had a number 6 back then. It's in Goose Gully. Yeah. We had a number 6, but he wasn't talking about.
There was 2 centre midfielders.
You know what I mean? Like,
but see, you were probably playing. Like, do you know what it is as well? See that 4-4-2 and all that. 4-4-2 was the basis for all shapes. It's like the pyramids, right? Yeah. They're the basis for all architecture, right? So you would always have one midfielder that'd stay. Yeah. But see the right and left winger, they could pick up inside pockets. Do you know what I mean? So all of a sudden you're playing 1-2-3-2. Yeah.
Exactly.
And the game has changed.
Yeah, or you could be playing 4-3-3.
But even for yourself now, like working with Gavin and Pop of the Oscars, like the years you spent, like do you understand it? Shapes and systems now, like it sticks with you.
It's just everything. Like it's just like the drills. Like like in the dressing room, then when you're talking about like we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and I'm going, oh my God, like this is great.
It's brilliant.
This is brilliant. Yeah. Like, and to get it from like 3 or 4 different people, like from Gavin, from Slick, from Papa, from you. Like this is I'd love to be starting out again.
Oh really?
You know what I'm saying?
Playing.
Like I'd love to be but not playing, but even like coaching, like getting really into the coaching. Like when I was with Stretford, lads, like the only
some pool of players,
but the only time when I was with Stretford, like the same thing. But I was blessed in one way. We got Seamus Glover. Seamus Glover,
brilliant, one of the best,
He was absolutely, and like I was going, my God, like this is great to have, because the boys aren't listening to the same voice all the time, as in me. I just stayed at Seamus did it, and that was it, But he was great
coach.
No, I tried to get Seamus in. This year with us. No, in fairness to him, now he'd said he was committed to Hanover. I think he's with the grandson is playing with one of the under 15s or something.
Is he back?
Yeah, he's there. Yeah, he's
go away.
Hanover. Yeah,
the last 2 years
could have a better man in your club.
For the last 2 years, he's been with Hanover, because the grandson plays with the under 14s or under 15s.
He's super strict coach.
Yeah,
unreal.
Oh, strict.
It's a learning area.
Yeah,
but when he got mad, you listened. You know what I mean? There was no.
But he never rose his voice.
No, but he just look at you and like that. You say, "All right, lads."
All of a sudden, his words had texture.
Yeah.
Do you know? Geez, I didn't know he was up there. Fair.
I know he was like he sort of brought Stretford on.
I'd keep that away from Podge.
Well, he did send you 2 Furies on me. Do you know what I mean?
Jeez, you can't get over that. Build a bridge.
I can't get over it. If you were to go back, Eddie, and you had an opportunity to, say you go back to that day where you decided enough's enough, right? Do you think you would have hung up the boots and started coaching?
Podge, the strange thing about it, if there was something there was nothing back then. Like, you know the way you
as in a coaching pathway, as in courses or anything like that.
Like there was nothing. Like we had the IT down there, but there's lads going to FAI coaches. They're doing this badges, getting their badges here, getting their badges there. When you see Robbie Keane coming to Carlow to get his badge, you're saying, hold on a minute, like you know. So like it was back then. There was nothing. The only thing we ever got was probably looking on the television or probably reading it.
Were you a student of it?
No, like I mean that's what I'm saying. There was like the only thing I ever had was sort of match of the day or the big match on the Sunday.
Well, see, because even when I started coaching, I done my first course at 16 in St. Leo's with George Cuddy and Paul Sheridan ran it. Like I remember he used to put an emphasis on books, so I was like buying books upon books upon books. I must have 40 books at home with coaching drills in it. That's still used to there, but there was no social media, there was no YouTube, there was no like I'm not even 40 yet. Well, I'm close to it, but like that was my. So like there was no opportunity there for you to apart from the shoots
exactly the shoots, as you said yourself. There's a book my mother used to buy me when I was young called Book of Football.
Okay.
It was unbelievable. Now when I was 10 or 11 back then, and it was what do you call it? But he used to have on the back of it, at the back of it, he used to have every week. It'd have the FA Cup from a certain season, from 1946, and the following week it'd go. But it'd have all the results of all the matches down to the final. Oh, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, like it was called the Book of Football. It was called.
There was not no coaching corner like that.
No,
I suppose it wasn't really that big of a deal.
It wasn't. It was like you know. In fairness, like when the Car League came in, it was great because there was, like as you said, we were in Kilkenny, and in fairness to the Car League, like to start it up and like what it's done now, it's great. Like, you know, but like, only for that, like. Only if the Car League hadn't started up, God only knows where we would have been, what we would have done.
What do you think the biggest difference is now between then and now?
And back then and now, same thing, coaching.
Do you?
Yeah.
Facilities,
like Astro, like, you know, and you're in the Hanover in the process of getting an Astro now. So 5-6 teams in the Car League with Astros.
Where do you stand in Astro?
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. No, I don't mind it. I just think maybe with the Astro as well, I think sometimes the football can be a bit better. As in
zippier.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Quicker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Zippier.
Your touch has to be better as well, I think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
Does it pop?
Look, it does, because it zips off the surface.
It comes quicker to you.
If you're playing on a grass pitch, you'd go to the ball more so on Astro. Like, you'd nearly back off. If you know you're going to get the ball without a player intercepting it, you'd back off a touch to let it come up and hit you in the chest or hit you in the midsection.
On grass?
Oh no, on Astro.
Okay.
Where you're like in soccer on a pitch, grass pitch.
I'm
going to take the bounce out of this, so I'm going to go to the ball and kill it with me foot.
Yeah. Gotcha.
That's what I think the difference is.
But when we were playing the Car League, like we went to play at Parkville, out in Parkville, and that was an Astro pitch, but it was grass.
Yeah. Where they are now, Hawkins Lane.
Oh my God, we couldn't wait to go and play. No,
it was a highlight, wasn't it?
Oh my God, it was every season to play on that pitch.
That's where the cup finals were even thrown.
It was the first kind of the first kind of probably settled pitch. Sorry, Meadows, was it?
Probably was. Yeah,
that wasn't
in town. Like in town.
Yeah.
In town.
That's what I mean. I don't mean in Carlow.
Yeah, in town.
Like the first, like, this is actually a purpose-made pitch for this soccer club.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Do you understand me?
That's what I'm saying. Like, but there was like we had only the college, but sure, you only had the college for so long as well. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We weren't going to hold on to the pitch, and there's another thing with Walkerstown. Like the college was sort of getting bigger and bigger and building, so we could have ended up with no pitch. Yeah. You
could have been forced out.
That's
either
way. We could have been forced out.
Yeah.
But it was just but like Parkville was, you know.
Do you enjoy it as much now as you did back then?
Yeah. I love it.
What do you love about it?
Everything. It's like it's just getting about. It's just like it's getting involved in it, looking at different teams, looking at different way teams are playing. Like back then as well. Like I think every team probably played 4-4-2. You know, like 'cause no one knew anything else. Yeah, you know. There was
no up as far as 2000 was 4-4-2.
Yeah, there was no such thing as a 6 or
early
9 or a
2000s.
10. Like to us, like a 9 was your 2 centre forwards. That's it. You know, your 6 and your 6 was your 2 midfielders. You had 2 wingers.
So you're constantly saying now, like Podge is a coach and I do coach, you do it as well. You're asking the centre forward to make it stick. Back then it was automatically stuck.
Yeah,
you didn't have to coach him.
Yeah.
He was like, comes up, you go away, he's getting an elbow, the centre half is getting an elbow and that ball is coming into his chest and you're not getting it.
Well, I actually think that's the big difference. And I look,
well, now you're actually telling him, you got to keep that ball, you got to get in front.
I remember watching Pats in the early 90s. I was probably young, maybe 10 or that. 95 to 67, I used to go to Roselands to watch them on a Sunday morning. Tell you, man, I was going to mass. I out to watch the football. But that was a big standout for me. Yeah. That when the ball went forward and I got to your final line, be it one of your 2 strikers, the ball's dead there.
Yeah.
And you know what's quite every team, the ball it's dead there.
Yeah.
And for a centre half to go win the ball, you have to take your life.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a 6 sitting in front of the striker trying to block the ball. Nothing like that.
But the strikers were they're like Velcro.
Yeah.
It went up.
More times, Podge, you see teams playing them, they're 4-4-2, and they're like, they're too good in the middle of the field. Just bypass them, kick it over their heads.
Yeah.
I often played in the game and they're like that. Fuck me. Why is he being in fucking Dublin Airport there watching planes?
But you said like you were saying about 4-4-2, like as you said on the attack, then it came 4-2-4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
2 wingers were gone.
Yeah.
Like, and in fairness, like like we back then we were fit. Like there was like we were a good lot of us now were really were able to get up and down.
The old small side of games give you that. The blow in the youth centre.
Yeah,
2 or 3 hours a week.
2 hours. 2 hours a week. Like it was definitely blowing you out.
That's why Powerful were so good that time, Podge. That late 90s and like Jamie Farrell and Ray Shannon, they had every attribute one player should ever have. Ray Shannon, everybody said Astrid was 6'3" or 4", was only good in the air. He was a brilliant feat.
Velcro.
And if Jamie Farrell got in behind you, could knife the greyhound in Shelburne wouldn't catch him.
Yeah,
he's gone. Like, and that was a brilliant team. And then it's just you'd like to see them back at the very, very top.
Like from the Car League started to now, like
some improvement, Eddie.
Yeah, unbelievable. But like the players that went through have gone through this league. It's frightening to think how good they were.
Was there an Oscar Traynor team when that Walker's team was around?
No, when I was with Strefford, when I was manager of Strefford, the Oscar Traynor, I remember we played out I'll never forget, we played out in Critty Yard, and we beat Critty Yard 2-1, and Philly Hall lobbed the keeper from about 40 yards. And I remember Brendan Powell turned around and says to me, Carly going to ask you to do the Oscar Trainers. The Oscar Trainers back then was a knockout.
One game,
2 games, that was it. It was a knockout. And I did it for 1 season and
managed it.
Yeah, just that. And I did it with 2 games. We won the first and we lost the second one. Kilkenny beat us out in Tullow.
How did you pick a squad for that?
School.
Just by just going around and asking lads, like ringing, like actual, not like on the phone, like ringing up the manager and saying, look, I want so and so, any chance, and that was it. Like, or as you said, putting in the ashes. It was in the ashes as well. Oscar Traynor.
Announced the squad.
But we had, that's the way we done it.
That's what
we had 2 games
back in the day.
That's all, but it was a knockout. That was it. Good luck. Played Kilkenny beat us out in Tullow 3-2.
And
I remember we were
school pitch
2-1, and we got a penalty, and Jacko Murphy went to take it, and I was saying lovely 2-1, boom, hit the post, and they went up 3. They went up 3-1, and we made it 3-2. And I always say, if Jacko had to score that,
he would have went on and won it.
I think we would have, like, the team we had back then as well, like,
Kilkenny already won it, did they?
They could have won it now,
because they have a few, I think, don't they?
Yeah, they have a few.
They have a few. More than one anyway.
They have a few.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was great.
teams down there would, like, for Booters have Leinsters and all Ireland, don't they?
They do.
But that was
well established.
But like, there was nothing there when the lads were there.
No,
nothing. There was no such thing.
Do you know what just struck me there? You said about, like, you've kind of been in it from the start, right? Because you would have left Kilkenny because the Carlow League started, came back to Carlow, and you're still involved 40 years later. It's 40 years this year, isn't it? It is.
It's 30 years with Walkerstown. We're finished 30 years.
Oh yeah, okay.
No, but it would have been 40 because we would have been in
30 year finished.
We were having we started up a WhatsApp group. I started up a WhatsApp group.
95 you would have finished up then, right?
May 95. So we're having a 30th sort of. And we met there a couple of weeks ago.
Do you want us to MC it for you? We're available there.
MC it for you there.
MC it for you.
And we're going to have a bit of a do. The actual trophy, the 4-in-a-row trophy that we got, is actually out in Critty Yards. If you walk into the Critty Yards dressing rooms, the original trophy is there.
Go I said
it to Craig Comfort. I asked him, like, is there any chance we could get a loan of it just for the night in May?
Give yourself a shout. When is it?
Craig said no, sure.
Yeah.
When is it? Give yourself a shout there.
No, it's not till May. It's but as I say,
nerd. Lock and change from then.
No.
We'll definitely get that gig, Papa.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, you definitely get it.
Yeah. I forget what I was going to ask you. That's to throw me a little bit. Let's just take a break, I think, for a second.
30 year WhatsApp, yeah.
30 year, no, but what I was saying to you is in that time, the point I was getting at, so I think the Car League started in 86, so it's 39, 40 years, right, or around that now, right? And all the players you said that came through, and some really good players, why did we never have one that made it?
I don't know.
Forget about Pádraig Amon. No, Pádraig is probably your most successful, right?
I tell you what, it like the likes of us or other teams back then never really progressed in the Leinster Junior or the FEI. Like back then, like Christy Welch used to always be on the radio, and he used to always say there is life after Nolan's Cross, as in like.
The famous Liam Brady saying,
like there
don't go past Nolan Cross.
Christy Welch used to always say there is life after Nolan's Cross. But the problem is, like, like when you didn't play, if you were knocked out with the first round of the FEI or knocked out with the first round of the Leinster Junior Cup, that was it. Unless you got a good run. Like people.
Well, these scouts said he didn't go to watch first round games or second round games. They go, there's a FEI Junior Cup quarter-final, a team from Carlow versus a team from Louth or somewhere like this, and what you go and look at. And they pick up a couple of players then, but it didn't. If you're not progressing the outside competitions, you're not getting looked at.
And then, like there was no Kennedy Cup back then.
Yes, I'm saying there's no juvenile soccer as well.
No, nothing like that. There was nothing. And like as you said, there was no social media that all of a sudden you could, for a prime example, Dino's free kicks. Like if Christy Sullivan was doing that, or Paul Timmins was doing that, and they're up in social media.
They
did do it.
Sully done it many times with free kicks, an expert at them.
But someone could turn around and say, "Jeez, this lad in Carlow isn't too bad. Like, we'll have to bring him." Like Pádraig was lucky because like Rovers, all that.
Well, he's lucky. I tell you why he's lucky. He never had a trial.
Yeah.
Who? Pádraig never had a trial.
No, he said that.
No trials. But like so.
King.
So where I'm coming from was, so me as an academy director with Dakar, like we would have been inundated with calls from scouts. Like, you could be talking 15 calls a week. Like once Mayhem or April, May time, Kennedy Cup season, there'd be lads hounding you.
Yeah.
Like, and I always wondered, was it because there was no? Was it the two things? You weren't in the window, so you weren't deep in the competition, so you weren't in the scouting window, and you were gone. You were just too old.
Yeah.
You know, and I've often wondered, like you hear Jamie Vardy's story, Ian Wright's story, where they came up from nothing and they came pro late. Like, surely there must have been at least 5 or 6 lads that could have made it to some level.
But there's,
you know, if they had got the opportunity.
Oh, definitely. But
you would love to see them in a trial team to have a go. You would have. Yeah, I think they would have excelled. You know, better players around them even than the teams they were playing in.
Yeah,
like would have got better.
You're going back over players that like I played with, as you said, like, that managed, and you're all that, and you're saying, man, these lads shouldn't be here.
Yeah, but you're going
like Gavin Dowling. I keep saying Gavin, but Gavin Dowling should never have been in Carlow.
100%.
Gavin Dowling should. That man, like it's a crying shame that man never progressed. Like, you know, and that's because of everything else. Like no social media, no nothing. Like, you know, he was in goal for Stretford, but sure, Stretford never really did anything in the FAI or Leinster Junior. Like, you know what I mean? I think once we
Markovic, remember Markovic?
Yeah. And that was the last day to the FAI.
Yeah. You were betting penalties and Pats. Is that what that one was? It?
Yeah. And Paul Gibbons got sent off.
That's right.
You know, and but that was the only time.
Black and white, weren't they?
Yeah.
Was that?
Yeah.
Ross Townsend. I remember looking up to Ross Townsend when I was a young lad, thinking he's better than this. Like, he's way ahead of this
many
game.
players in the Carlow League, you could say that about Patch.
Yeah, no, but just saying from my own eyes.
Yeah, but you're watching every single Sunday. You're like, he's consistently the best player in the field.
For me, Mark Hutchinson would have been another one. And looking at him and I'm thinking, he is 6 levels better than this. At least.
But the one that even sticks out with me as well, now you're talking about Mark and you're talking about Ross and all that, Brian Carberry.
Oh yeah,
Brian Carberry was like,
it's you know, him and Alan Kelly are probably my 2 favourite players ever to play with.
I'd say they've made every team.
Oh my God.
Oh, definitely.
I'd say Carberry has made every single team from anyone that's kind of played with him.
Do you know why they're appreciated up much? Is because not alone are they good going that way. You could kick them and it doesn't fall, you take a funk out.
Yeah.
Big legs, strong chaps, always getting on the right. Adler scored many goals.
Many goals. You know, like the likes of that now. Like, and in fairness, there, like I said, there's 2 I've mentioned that was, and you've mentioned 2. You know, that definitely.
I had Carberry for 35s and I was giddy.
Yeah,
I was giddy going down to it. I said, Brian Carberry, unbelievable. Remember, he's on the bench.
The skit in that group
was brilliant. Autograph. On the bench beside me. They can't believe it didn't start him.
Hello, Flinner then. Hello.
Yeah. That was some group. Imagine that group pop 20 years ago.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, it's really everything in it, wasn't there?
Nuts. We're at the time, Ed.
Right.
What's he going to produce?
We have a special request for this one because you are in the game so long, and you played it and you're so successful as a player, and you know you've won 2 trophies as a manager as well. Prick. We're going to do 2, right?
Right.
So I want the one you played with,
okay,
and the ones you coached.
Right. I have them here.
Give us a spoiler alert. Just pop in any of them.
No.
Oh!
No, I'm saying
wow.
Wait there now. In Papa's defence, like that. In Papa's defence, Papa came the last year I was with Stretford.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And will I tell you a good story. We played in the Carlow Cup final against Wolf Hill in 2005.
Yeah, no, I was doing it.
And what he got it was, I wrote out the team, and Papa came back me in this. And next thing, I wrote out. And next thing, Papa, I put Papa at number 11, and I gave him the jersey. He says, I hate number 11. True or false?
Why do you
That's
number 11,
exactly.
Paul?
I don't know.
So where's 11?
Yeah,
Who wants to wear 11?
He said to me.
Where with him?
He said to me. Did
Damn
you?
up his wife.
You said to me, didn't you?
Yeah.
You said to me, what do you call it?
I said, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Give me number
Is he
11.
playing it?
What?
Is he playing it?
Yeah.
But
Is that the one Squeaks?
I saw blisters on my back.
I was only one. That was the only 1 year I had.
Yeah.
That's all I had.
So were you on the wing, Pop?
No, he was midfield. But it was just
midfield, but he gave me number 11. That's
him
right,
number
so
11.
stupid as he. No wonder he didn't last only a year.
Is that the game where Squeaks Keeley scored the winner? But you 1-0.
Squeaks
They scored after about
Lord
10
have mercy on him. I was doing that, yeah. I was working for his father at the time.
The boys battered him after.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Missed the penalty as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Brian missed the penalty,
Yeah.
actually.
Did he?
Missed the penalty like him.
Which one are you doing first, Ed? The player, one you played with or one you coached?
I'll do the Walkerstown first.
Right. Hit us with it. Shape.
In goal. Right. This is I'm going to surprise you with this now.
Go on.
So it's going to be 4-3-3. No, it's 4-3-1-2. There's one
mock.
now.
You spend too much time with
No,
Gavin.
I'm saying
That's mock because I never played it.
I never played it. Right.
It is mock.
It's mock.
Yeah.
Well, the players I'm going to name would play. We had to play this.
Right.
Chop Scully in goal.
Show in.
Right. Right back Stevie Moran.
You remember Stevie
Moran.
Don't remember Stevie.
Stevie Moran was
refereed when JY, you don't know.
I can't remember. I can't picture.
We used to call him Spider Legs. Stevie Moran was the Dennis Irwin of Carlow League.
Yeah.
He would give you 8, 9 out of 10 every week. A lad go by Stevie Moran, no word of a lie, and next thing Stevie be coming out with the ball.
Well,
how did he do that? He was brilliant. My two centre backs are John Hennessy and John Cleary. Now I'm talking about these are lads now that have played with, like, I know Pat was there, I'm only saying, but John and John Cleary, the two Johnnies as they call it. They were, what do you call it? They're
all news, the two Johnnies.
Yeah. They were there from the start, like, you know. And then left back was Conor Hennessy, John's brother.
Never heard of him, no.
And Conor was like solid, absolute solid. He was very good. Now Alan Devereux was there as well.
Alan Devereux played for
Alan Devereux played for us at the start.
Busy player, wasn't he?
Alan, no, it's toss up between Alan and Conor, but Conor was there. Like,
I played against Alan, but he was playing with harps at the time.
We played a match
up in the Prez.
Hardy out as well.
We played a match out in somewhere with Walkerstown, and anyway, whoever we were playing in opposition, I got hurted, so they kicked the ball for a throw, and next thing we threw the ball back to the keeper. Next thing Alan, boom, straight down and buried it.
Scumbag.
And we were all going,
Can't do that.
it was cracker. It was brilliant.
Yes, you can watch.
But the midfield is, I have 3 midfields: Kevin Ray, Go Scully, Kevin Marr.
Physical midfield.
Like,
that's a physical
brilliant.
team.
Like,
Could they play Ed? Yeah.
Yeah, as I said to you, Kevin Marr, box to box,
yeah.
Goose, number 6 as you call it, and Kevin Ray was unbelievable.
Magic.
Lads, he was unreal. You know, he was he was way ahead.
He read a Simon, I presume.
Uncle
Simon.
But he was brother of Paul and Noel.
Paul.
Noel was, like, as I said before, when
Paul Ray was good as well, right?
Yeah. Paul Ray played with us as well, like, you know.
Did he?
Yeah.
Depends who they play with. Depends who you talk to. Everybody'd have a different opinion on the race. Noel is better than Kevin. This was like Kevin is better than Noel and Paul. Paul is better than three.
Three of them are unbelievable.
Three of them are brilliant.
Big gap players though, right?
Yeah.
No, Kevin, no.
Kevin never.
No, never. Paul did. Noel didn't. I don't know. I think Paul was the only one to play.
Kevin was soccer.
Kevin was soccer.
Yeah.
Would they be related to Keane Ray? That's Keane, or that's you know? Different Ray? Distant?
Oh no,
uncle.
They'd be their father. Father be
cousin of theirs, wouldn't he?
The father, Kevin, would be an uncle of
Keane's dad.
Yeah,
gotcha. Yeah. Plenty of soccer there, isn't there? Like, is there lineage, isn't it?
Like, you know.
Yeah.
Then, as you say, my top 3, but I play Paul Timmins, best player I have ever played with.
Better than Chris Sullivan.
Better than Christy Sullivan.
Oh,
Lord of mercy. Better than David Dooley. Paul Timmins is the player. I'm telling you, if Martin Cullen would tell you as well, on a Sunday morning, if one of the boys, if someone didn't turn up centre back, Paul Timmins would play centre back.
Go ahead.
Someone didn't turn up midfield, Paul Timmins would play centre midfield.
How often did that happen, Ed?
No, very, very rarely. But the man was just,
he'd be the one to go to.
Best man I ever seen to header a ball.
Some leap on him, hadn't he?
Left and right foot. The best player I've ever played with. And there, you talk about players, there's another man that shouldn't have never been in Carlow.
Really?
Never. Paul Timmins.
Did Martin play with you?
Martin played with us at the start as well.
Good player as well.
Yeah, played on the right wing. And I think Martin, I don't know if Martin was there when Pat came. I think he could have been. That we did 3 Timmins brothers.
How good was Pat? Because he'd be very modest.
I know Pat was brilliant.
Yeah,
he was. Like Pat and John when they were together as well. You'd be like your Ferdinand and Vidic. You know, that type of thing.
Ferdinand didn't even make Anthony Burns team. What's wrong with you?
I don't think it's for Anthony Burns. He's a Leeds United fan. He wouldn't know.
He's a Barcelona fan.
Yeah,
Ferdinand
Leeds United as well.
I think he picked Tony Mowbray or someone that said it. But go away with that.
But it was. That's what I'm saying. It was that. But Pat was excellent.
Strong.
But he was there for. But Pat was only there for about 2 years. You know, John was there. 5-6 years.
Yeah.
You know,
well established.
Yeah.
Plus, them front three is about 180 goals a year.
The top 2 then is Christie and David Dooley.
So how many goals in that 3 then?
Oh jeez, David Dooley scored 67 one year.
No, he didn't,
and got 4 in the Oscar trainers.
He couldn't have scored 67 goals.
He did, yeah. Did 67.
How many games did you play?
18, and then you had your cups and probably the FA.
18 league games.
Yeah. Oh man,
maybe 25 games maximum a year. And he had, how many goals did he have?
67.
Shut up, Eddie. He couldn't have.
Honestly, and boys tell you that.
That's nuts.
He had a pair of legs in him like Mark Hughes.
No, Jez. There were heartbeats in his calves. I'm not missing. There was heartbeats in his calves. He used to live up at number 4 in the park, and we lived in number 1.
That's that chap that was on the ladder today. You said.
I was looking at his legs. I remember being a chap.
They're pulsing.
They're pulsing. They're boom, 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 go.
And I was saying, like, you're missing out, like as you said, Martin Timmins, Brendan Dunn.
Dunzer, yeah.
Dunzer, a good soccer player, yeah.
Dunzer got a Scott. Yeah,
I know that. Yeah, I know that.
David or Pepe, leaving out Pepe.
Pepe Dolan, window cleaner Pepe. Yeah. Was he a good player as well? Yeah.
Pepe was very skillful. Yeah. Very skillful.
Go ahead.
Yeah, very
skillful.
Tell you
do.
Oh,
yeah.
Like Carlos and Armour McFarlane. Mick Foley. Remember Mick Foley from Greg? Marlborough Street. They lived in the house there. You remember the house down from, you know where the Tyre Centre is?
Yeah.
Well, you know, the couple of doors down.
Yeah.
That Mick Foley lived there.
Go away.
Mick Foley was with us from the start. My God.
But across
straight across from Brennan's.
Yeah.
Straight across from
Brennan's. Yeah. It's still there. Yeah.
Mick was there. Brilliant.
Go away.
Well, honestly, lads, you know, he won the league with Sweeney and all that, like, you know, but he went to England then, like, you know, and then there was like we had Paddy Sullivan, you know, Armour.
This is like a roll call for CBS, isn't it? It's about 55 people here mentioned.
You know, all brilliant.
Do they? And I'll ask you the same one I asked you a while ago. They win the Carroll League currently, no problem.
Take a good team to beat them.
I didn't ask you that already.
Yeah, and they would win it.
Yeah,
it's a straightforward question, straightforward answer.
It's straightforward. I'm telling you, they would win it.
Would they?
Yeah. And that's even without me playing.
Would you know John Cleary and John Hennessy? Would you know John Cleary?
He kind of involved the Hanover bit, was he, John? Was he? Yeah. I do know him. Yeah, I spoke to him a few times. I know John Hennessy. Yeah, I know John. Yeah.
That's size.
I wouldn't know him. No, I know him. Seem big man.
But that's what you were saying. What Papa said earlier on.
John lives in Greg now, right? He went walking the dog out the whole time.
John Cleary?
No, John Hennessy.
John Hennessy. Yeah.
He's bouncer in. He was bouncer in Scraggs, wasn't he? Yeah. I know he's alright.
But it was like what you said. Like that had everything. You know what I mean? Size wise, like skill.
Good play though.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Where did you play yourself at?
Left wing.
Oh, what's your assist goal ratio per year?
Well, I made the boys. David Dooley got 67. I'd say I made
Eddie the haircut like Tony DeRigo, didn't he? On the
yeah. The mullet.
I just loved it, like, you know.
Yeah.
I loved it.
You never played GA?
Never. I played. I tell you what. No, I won an under-21 championship with Air Rogue in 1984.
Did you?
Right.
And I wasn't even born, Eddie.
Well, I'll tell you a story about how my Gaelic career finished. 1984, Carlo under-21s got to the Leinster final.
Yeah.
So the Carlo under-21 championship was delayed. So it went Christmas. So the final was on. Rogue were playing Rathvilly, and I went in the dressing room. Kevin Madden was captain.
Oh, in America?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But he went in 1986. He left Carlo in 1986, and I was in the dressing room.
What match is this now, Eddie? The Rogue against Rathvilly?
Yeah, under-21 county final.
Right.
And I was in the dressing room, and your man was naming the team, and I played in the semi-final and I scored 1-1 in the semi-final, and the final was about 2 months after the semi-final had been played because Carlo had progressed.
Such a break, yeah.
So I was in the York, and next thing he named the team, and I wasn't in 15. I was going, what? You know, this is weird. So the lad that replaced me, as you know, Gaelic, to go through all the players saying, and he came to him and he says, "We heard you've been training in Dublin." So when
we heard you've been training in Dublin
because he was in college or that. So when it was over anyway,
make a name of him here.
Yeah, no. One mention
his name.
I went.
Who's the manager?
Chap?
Yeah.
Oh, the chap was Ken Thomas from Green Road. That was his name.
Right.
But what do you call it? Was I remember saying.
You went quite far to train.
I remember saying that you could tell. You couldn't hear that a lad was training in Dublin and I was training 2 miles down the road into college, and you couldn't hear about that.
Yeah,
and that was the last time.
Why did your man go so far to train? Like, why did he go to
No, he was in
train?
college in Dublin.
Oh, right, okay.
And I never played after that. Good luck.
That was it.
That was just saying the pigeon to watch him, did it?
Yeah.
There's a drop a note there, baby. He's after doing 2.2k.
Yeah, you prefer the soccer, though, did you?
Oh, 100%.
Always
Podge, when I was growing up, like I used to every Saturday at home, I used to have a BBC Radio 5 on the radio, right? And I used to have a little soccer tournament.
You didn't?
In the kitchen by myself. No word of a lie, right? I'd have a little tournament, right? And my mother would be gone downtown, I'd be in the house by myself, and BBC Radio would be a live match on BBC Radio 5. Now, if it wasn't United, it could be Liverpool, whatever it was. But if United weren't on the radio, if there was a goal at Old Trafford, your man says, we have a goal at Old Trafford, we'll go. And I knew United were 1-up because the crowd would be...
Yeah, you could hear the noise of the crowd.
If it was dead, you're going, United are losing. That's so...
Teletext and BBC, page 302.
Yeah.
Who's your favourite United player of all time?
Oh, God.
Cantona?
No.
Scholes?
Loved them. If
Scholes
I was to pick
favourite.
one of...
Obertan.
Gabriel Obertan. Go away with him.
Pepe. Brian Robson.
Robbo?
Yeah. No, Ray Keane.
Is that because Robson was the first £1 million player and he was
that match?
He was big round West Brom.
That was Trevor Francis, right?
That was Trevor Francis was the first £1 million
player.
Yeah.
But Robson was United
1.5 million.
Was first 1.5 million. Yeah, but he broke the million.
I was in.
Didn't he?
I was at that game in Wolves 1981.
Oh yeah.
United won 5-0 that day, and Brian Robson was bought to replace Sammy McIlroy, and Sammy McIlroy got a hat-trick.
Where did McIlroy go then at that time?
Don't know. He went off. I think he went off management in Macclesfield and Markham.
He was wrapping it up, was he?
I think
Sammy McIlroy.
Yeah.
What about you?
That was.
Robson's your favourite player?
Robbo, Keane. I loved Ray Keane, but I'd say of them all, like in fairness to Robson in the 80s with United, like as I said, between
I would think that it was like when United signed Fernandes back there a few years ago. That was what was like when United signed Robson, because they were in dire need for a talisman.
But like Robbo back then, like United back then were like between 1970 and 1990, Man United won 4 FA Cups.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Like Brian Robson had, I'd say, ample opportunity to go
wherever he wanted
out foreign, but he stayed. That's
enough Man United talk here. Come on, move on.
Sorry about that.
Was that 86?
81.
Did Robbo say in 81?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, Ferguson came in 86, didn't he?
Ferguson.
Sound like a B-Tech Man United fan, don't they? Alright, Papa, shut up. Carol's biggest Man United fan. Of course, go and ask a couple of questions. Go on, Ed, anyway. The team you managed.
Team I managed.
Before Papa falls asleep.
In goal. Well, Gavin Dolan.
Yeah.
Oh, everything.
I said you're at this the 34th. He says after being on the last 23.
He has, yeah.
Yeah. Right
he
back.
actually has, hasn't he?
Not all of them, though.
Yeah.
Who's did he not?
Well, it must have been Stevie.
What's wrong with you, man?
He didn't.
Do you want his annex or something? Are you alright? D10.
No, someone picked the team here. I'm not putting Gavin in it. Who was it?
I didn't put him in it. Players I coached.
Yeah, you put in someone else.
Craig, obviously, if Gavin won it, someone else had to go in.
So it wasn't you. There you go. See, it wasn't every team, was he? Some of him.
Right back, Ray Regan.
Yeah, very good.
He's very same as
Did you have Ray at Stretford, yeah?
Yeah. Very same as Stevie.
Stop playing centre back, no.
He did. But he played right back as well when we were like.
He could play man.
Very underrated though, Papa. Like, he gets quite a lot of mentions.
Yeah.
Quietest man.
Yeah.
Like Stevie. They're very, like, you talk about identical.
I want to get the better Ray Regan now.
I coached his son Jamie for years at Pats. Jamie was really good juvenile.
And what do you call it was 2 centre backs then was Paul Gibbons.
Very good, yeah.
And Miley Dorn.
Yeah. Why did Miley left cheek to go up to Evercreek Yard?
Yeah.
Did he leave you or Stretford?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know, but like, I mean,
I'd
say in fairness to him, like we were after so close with the league a couple of times, and he just we were sort of bridesmaid, but never the bride, as they say.
Yeah.
Like we were runners up 4 times.
Yeah, no, yeah.
In the car league, like
Cut you deep.
I remember one day we were playing out in Credit Yard. It was second last game of the season. They only needed a draw and we needed a win. If we won, we went top. And it was 1-1. There was linesman and referee. and I was going like up and down the line the way I am all the time.
I thought he was going to say linesman and no referee.
Yeah, up and down the line as I always am. And I remember the linesman turned around and said to me, he says, why don't you change Brian Carberry with Gary Powell?
The linesman said to you?
This is no
Who
word
was
of
it?
This is no word of the Lord of Mercy, he's dead now. And what do you call it was the next thing, about 2 or 3 minutes after, I said, right, we go up. Brought Carberry over. Gary, next thing, what do you call it? Brino on the left, went on an unbelievable run, crossed it. Gary Powell came in from right, buried it.
No way.
Jesus, we were about 2 minutes to go. They broke. Lads, as Silo done this, Silo will tell you this, Silo got into terrible trouble over it. He never flagged for an offside. Your man was standing in the 6-yard box. The same linesman.
No way.
I swear to God. And he never flagged for an offside, and we were all going, Silo. Miley was playing with Miley, Paul McCartney.
It's a league match?
Yeah, league match. And
it would have been the decider.
It was and the last game we had Burn Celtic at home, and we bet them. And like Yard, I don't know who they were playing. I think they hammered the team that they were playing anyway. But I'll never forget that. Never forget.
Nuts. What are we gone, Chris? No one and a half.
Right.
Come on.
Sorry.
Mindy, come on.
Left back, Paul Mack.
Yeah.
All right.
Mercy on him.
A lot of teams as well, Popper, right?
3 in midfield. Brian Carberry, Davy Walker, Ken Lacey.
Ken Lacey in centre midfield?
Yeah. No, well, on the sort of more on the right, okay. On the left. On the left, Brian will be on the right. And then I had up front, 3 up front, Froggy McCarthy.
Yeah.
Christy Sullivan. He played. And Jamie Ryan.
Did you coach Christy at Stratford,
yeah? Jamie Ryan was
some man to score goals.
Some man to score
telescopic legs.
Like, and then, like you said, like you had
deceivably fast.
Like Ray Byrne.
You had Mason there. You had Gary Powell, Mickey Doody, Mick Long, Mick Hockney. You know all them. But it was great. Now, I always said, like I said before we go, we talk about left backs. Like the only other left back I would put in there at the time was Ger Cuddy. No, I what do you call it? I only had Ger Cuddy for the 2 games I told you in the Oscar trailers, but Ger Cuddy, outstanding. No, as I said, I couldn't put him in because I only had him for the 2 games.
Yeah, Ger's outstanding. He's very good.
First year of the Oscar trainers I played, he was.
Yeah. But going back to Martin, I tell you, let's just go now. But
there's no panic.
You're going back to
Martin. Let's go. Who do you think he is?
I tell you a story about Martin. This story about Martin. Martin, we were training down in the college, and the Tuesday night and Thursday night. But the weather was absolutely shocking that week that we were training. And I cycled from St. Feeg's Terrace down to the college, and myself and Martin were the only 2 that turned up. We did a bit of running. All we did was just running. Got back, cycled home. Thursday night, went down again, cycled, drowned it going down. Who was there? Martin, 2 of us. No, the weather was absolutely divine. Grand. Sunday morning, playing down below in the college.
I remember you told me this story, yeah.
Boom, Eddie, number 12.
Don't even training.
No way.
Yeah. And you accepted it. Like you were going off it. You said, but you accepted it. Number 12. That's true.
What do we have to do? Go around naked?
Yeah. You know, it was gas-like. But it was great.
That's the quality of players, though, Eddie.
That's it.
Yeah, we're not finished yet. Like, we have to do Podge versus Papa. Will we get into it? Let's go.
It's time for 2 Peas in a Podcast. Podge versus Papa, sponsored by Kelly Auto Repairs.
Am I picking first this week?
Yeah, you are, yeah. What's the score?
I'm 2 ahead still.
Yeah. 23-21.
Yeah.
Okay. First game, Collection versus Burn. In Collection Friday night. Talk to me.
Jesus.
Eddie, you're on this as well.
Collection right? Is gone. And I fear for Burn at the moment for some reason. I'm going to go 3-1 to Collection.
What do you think, Ed?
3-0.
No, going to change that.
Yeah,
4-1. There's goals in that Collection.
Well, if they scored 6 against Parkville last week, you know, I'd say 4-0. Sorry, Burn.
There's no room to apologise here. You know what I mean? I'm going to go 5-1 Collection. I think they're on palm. A little bit of insight I have on Burn Celtic, talking to a few of the lads last night at Oscar's training, or one of them last night. He was telling me how much they're missing and how much they're suffering. Anyway, so I'm going to go 5-1. It's a real shame because they're a giant, aren't they? They're a monster.
Oh Jesus!
Like when we were Stratford, they were the team to beat.
Yeah.
and we could never catch them. Like, you know, the war.
Yeah.
They had some team then.
Oh, great. You said Alan Kelly.
Butler.
Big fall from grace though, isn't it?
Oh, massive.
They kind of got the ground. They got the ground.
Yeah.
Developed the ground and then dropped.
Yeah, and went down.
You'd wonder. I couldn't.
Any other team would go up.
You'd right.
You gotta get Johnny Nolan on this podcast, Podge.
Exactly. You're sorting that one out, aren't you?
Started, yeah. I think Stevie Curry gave me a number. I don't know who he gave me. I think he was in Dipness, whatever.
Did you ring it in the answer?
He said, "Hey, you're talking to the wrong lad here." I said, "Johnny Nolan, yeah, Papa, who?" I said, "I thought he was an owl." I said, "Good luck."
Vale versus Cretty in Vale's. They play Sunday, don't they? Eddie or Billy gone. No manager.
3-0 Cretty.
You think, Ed?
Yeah.
Tell you one thing. Vale always give Cretty a game.
I don't. Yeah.
It's
tight last year.
1-0, 3-2, 2-1.
I think that Cretty team is sharp though.
Talk to me, Goose.
3-1 to Cretty.
I'm going to go 2-1 to Cretty Yard.
I hope it's 2-1 to Vale.
Yeah, so do I. Of course I do, but I don't think it will be.
Look.
Kilree versus Pats. Sunday morning in Kilree.
That's your bogey team, isn't it?
That's our bogey side.
Bogey ground, they got that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Should we equalise there? No, we bet them there 2 years ago, to be fair.
Yeah.
But we only equalised there, and they always give us a terrible time. I can't make it up now. I'm not just saying it for sympathy.
I think Kilree are better than last year, but I think Pats are better than last year as well.
They always give us a terrible time. I said it at the start.
I know they only scored a one against us, but they're after years they're banging in goals in the last since that started.
Do last year.
Yeah, and I just think there's pace, there's everything. That's striker. I keep talking about him up front.
That pitch said he's a great level.
No, it is. It is, but that brings everybody into the game. Callum, what's that? He's in Callum Warfield.
Yeah,
he's just. I think I'm a big massive fan of him. I have a picture of him on the fireplace at home, and I don't. 4-1 to St. Pat's.
It's a portrait. 4-1 to Pats.
Yeah,
in Kilree.
Yeah,
it's a big.
I just think there's goals in Pats.
Big show.
2-0 Pats.
I think Kilree definitely score because they always score against us, and they have scored against us for the last 2 seasons. However,
you're playing the devil's advocate here, so
I think we scored 3.
3-1.
I think we beat them 3-1.
Right.
Bagnallstown versus Hanover.
Where's that?
In Bagnallstown Sunday morning.
Hanover beat them.
What's the score, Ed?
3-0. Let's say if young Aaron gets a run at them.
Papa. No, granted, you've backed against yourself the last 2 times you had the opportunity to play.
How did they?
You went down for Desmond for the last one, for the last
How was that
Hanover
backing
game.
against you?
Not to win.
Well, not to lose either.
The one before that, then you had the one. Yeah, but
did they get right?
To lose. Huh?
Did they get right twice?
Yeah.
Well, then shut your mouth.
If you know it was coming, why didn't you start it out on a Sunday?
Because you're great, lad. I'm going to go 2-1 to Hanover.
Honestly, no, all joking aside, I think it's going to be tight down there.
Yeah.
Tough place to go as well,
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
And they'll still have their GA boys not gone back yet. And
sure.
1, 2.
I just think
I'm going to go for a Desmond 2-2. That's what I'm going to go for. Eddie, listen, thanks so much for coming on. It genuinely is appreciated. The time you put in, you should be getting it to do Hall of Fame. I won't give you the Mount Rushmore, right? No. But if doing Hall of Fames, you'd be one of the first candidates to get it. There's no doubt about that. Papa, the Carol League made an announcement last week. We'll discuss it next week. Okay, on summer soccer. I don't know if you read it.
No, I haven't.
I read it. Very well worded, I have to say.
Very well worded.
I think it deserves its own time and its own discussion. I know we discussed summer soccer before, but we might bring someone on and discuss that and have that episode based around discussion of that. Here's the big announcement, Papa. How would you like 500 quid?
Love it.
Coming up to Christmas.
Love it.
500 buns into the pocket. Ideal. You can win €500 for Christmas.
They said he shot his age.
Yeah. That's the equivalent to guess all the stones in the jar, isn't it?
All is Peter Pan.
All you have to do is go on, buy us a coffee.
We'll share the link again. We'll freshen the link.
We'll share the link.
Yeah.
Share it around as well. We'll put up on the socials later on. Probably won't be tonight. Probably be tomorrow. The more coffees you buy, the more chance you have. The draw is going to be on the... I have it wrote down here somewhere.
26th of December.
yeah 2027. It's going to be, I think it's the 19th. If it's not the 19th, sorry, 17th. The draw's going to be on the 17th. €500 cash. Someone's got to listen to this podcast. Is going to be €500 richer. All you have to do is buy us a coffee. Don't forget to leave your name. If your name isn't down, you won't be entered. Leave your name. Buy us a coffee. The more coffees you buy, the
great
more
chance to win 500, isn't it?
You have to win. It's 500 bunts. As always, lads, thanks for the support. Papa, do you have anything?
Look, I just want to say thanks to Eddie. He's a friend of mine for a long time now. On and off the field. He's a work colleague as well. Great time from, great respect for him. Delighted he came on eventually. We have to be asking him, and look, he's still in the game, and as you can see, the hunger the man still has. It's a privilege to be with him for the Oscar trainers. I won it with him. He's the first one I went after, sort of, when we did it, we got on together. We just see the same things. We're just soccer mad, the two of us, and look, he's as mad about soccer as I am. Privilege, and I hope he continues in the game for a long time. I hope he does. So thanks, Ed.
No problem, Pop. Podge, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Eddie.
It was an honour.
It was a pleasure to have you on. We forgot to do the fixtures, but look, sure, the big fixtures tomorrow night, Papa. Carlow versus Defence Forces in the Meadows. Kick off 8 o'clock. Get down and support us. Well, I'll do a quick run through the fixtures because I forgot. Collection versus Burn Celtic in the Premier as mentioned. In the Ladies, Vale versus Parkville. In the Youth League, Hanover Collection, Burn Celtic Josephs, Bagnallstown Cretty Yard. In Division 2, Josephs B versus Ballymurphy, Vale Wanderers Parkville, Pats versus Bagnallstown B. In the Girls 18s, Ballymurphy versus Nurney, Feeks versus Vale. FAI Junior Cup, Parkville travel to St. Columban's. Must be monks or something, are they? In Division 1, Pats B versus Feeks A. Local derby. Whoa.
When is that?
Get Saturday night. Get down to that one.
Pats B and Feeks A.
Yeah. I'll be in Bidashkin Poland at the weekend, Pop. I'm going international. Doing a bit of research for the podcast.
Like Christopher Columbus, that lad.
You have Westport.
Yep.
Are you bringing them down early?
1 o'clock kick off.
Why did you get them down for 11?
Yeah.
Well, just given bad weather, will it be Astro again, Eddie? Will it be switched?
Well,
it'll be available anyway, sure, I suppose. Yeah, presume.
When is Pat's B team playing?
Saturday night.
And you're playing away.
They're down in Vale, they're down in Kilree, aren't you?
Yeah, unless you want to bring them down to Kilree, and we'll play the Kilree and Pats. Vale Wanderers versus Cretty Yard in the Premier, Kilree versus Pats in the Premier, and Bagnallstown versus Hanover in Premier as discussed. In the Division 1 on the Sunday, Slaney versus Ballymurphy A, another cracker of a game. In Division 2, Parkville B, Dolman B, Cretty Yard B, Castle Rangers. In Division 3, take a breath. Like fucking spitting fire here in a game of name. Hanover Hearts B versus Wolfhill, Burn Celtic B versus Collection B, Bagnallstown B versus Josephs, and Ballymurphy Celtic B versus Nurney Villa. In the Ladies, Mill Celtic versus Ballymurphy, and New Park versus Nurney Villa. And that brings us on to the following week. Lads, thanks so much for support. Eddie, thanks many for coming on. I genuinely appreciate it. See you tomorrow night. Another win for Carlow tomorrow night, boys. As always, lads, not my podcast.
Not my podcast.
Carlow Soccer's podcast is your podcast. Good night and God bless.
Thank you, boys.
That's full time on this episode of the How Is He podcast. Available on all podcasting platforms. Find us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter/X. Proudly sponsored by Curra Sports. For more information, contact Shane@currasports.com or check out their website, currasports.com.